What's the deal, my people? You know, this is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one. And I'm with my brothers this time. I'm not alone. And what we're doing is breaking down this Game of Thrones Season 8 official trailer. So I'm going to let the brothers go around the horn and let them introduce themselves to you.
Well, I guess I'll start. I'm Tony. You can catch me at It's Real Tony. And yeah, we finna get in here today.
What's poppin' with it, y'all? My name is Townsy. Y'all can just catch me at youtube.com/Townsy. I'll be here.
And yeah, my name is Don Willie, Salt King. You can catch me at Don of Ice and Fire on YouTube.
That is what it is. That it is what it is. And we're going to be breaking these down. We're going to be back here every week doing a lot podcast style for you. So definitely tune in. Everybody's link will be in the description for all their separate channels. So definitely subscribe to all their channels so you can get the latest content from all of us. So my fellas, I want to ask you all one by one. What was your favorite part of this trailer?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and go. My favorite part is... So one of my favorite characters is Arya Stark, and just seeing her just running down the hallway, fearful. I want to know what's up with that. That's definitely my favorite part. What can make her be so fearful?
All right,
Man, my favorite part was seeing Sir Podrick and the fucking right, man. Podrick's my guy. Just seeing his growth. You know what I mean? I love seeing that growth, and he it didn't look like he was scared at all. He's ready. He's ready for it. You know what I mean? I'm ready to see what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my favorite part of the trailer was when it faded to black. Because personally, I thought this trailer was trash.
Oh, goddamn. You know, I've heard a lot of things, Will. I ain't never heard that. But we gonna definitely get your feelings and why you feel that this trailer was trash and stuff like that. And that's a definitely good take on it. I have to say it. I'm gonna agree with the Arya situation. Arya is my favorite last standing character right now, and definitely, she definitely had the fear, and it was a different type of fear. It wasn't just like a fear on her face, like she, like she's afraid of something. Like she's seen something that like this freaked her out. You know what I mean? And that's what it seemed like to me. Like it was more than just a white walker, because we seen her in the trailer fighting. And it seems like she has no problem fighting. And it seems like she's on top of the battlements and she's fighting, whether it's whites or the undead army already. So if she's already able to do that and this thing still has her that afraid, then I think that it's definitely something else going on there. So let's start off with Arya right off the bat. Does anyone want to give who they think or what they think is chasing Arya at this time during this trailer?
You know what? I'll start with this one. It's either one of two things. It is either a dead Stark, something, because she was in the crypts of Winterfell, or at least that's what it looked like to me. So it's either a dead Stark or it's a White Walker. Cause who else could she possibly be afraid of? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's Jack and Hagar, because he already let her go. It's obviously not the Wave, because she took her face. Don't think it's any of the Freys, because she murdered all of them. So unless, and this is highly, highly unlikely, unless it was the Mountain. She went to go kill a Mountain and found out like, nah, that ain't really gonna work, and she almost wanted to be and killed herself.
I don't know. I don't know if it's King's Landing. I don't know if they would show that much of King's Landing this early in the trailer. And when they're looking at the wall sconces and the lighting, it does appear that it seems like it's daytime, because I think you could see the light coming through the window.
Yeah, you can kind of see snow coming through too. It's a little bright.
All right, yeah. So all the battles we see seem to be happening at night.
Right.
So this could be, is this after the battle, and she's still in there in Winterfell after the battle by herself? Is she there? I mean, it's hard. What do you think? What do you think about that, Townsend?
At this point, now that you mentioned that, is it before or after the battle? Because now it's kind of sounding like it'd be before the battle, because Winterfell, I'd imagine, would be like ravaged after that. Like I can't imagine they stop him at Winterfell either. So Winterfell, I imagine, be ravaged. So for her to still be there rather than pull back, because You know what I mean? Just thinking about it, I feel like if they get pushed back, they pull back to King's Landing or wherever the next destination is, and to stay back there sounds like suicide to me. But if it sounds like suicide, doesn't make sense of why she was so scared.
Yeah, but she's got the big cut on her forehead, you know, and got the blood on her, so we know she definitely has been warring. And then we see that the light is coming through the window. It seems that this is a particular daytime. What do you think about this, Tony? What think's going on here with this chick?
Man, see, I would have to go with my initial thoughts because I got to see everybody's thoughts by now and got to see the highlighted pictures. So my initial thoughts was they was throwing us a curveball, and maybe we was in King's Landing because I want to see why she like hide behind a wall, running from whites, because we seen herds of whites. You know what I mean? They're gonna go through everything. You can't hide and take a breath unless you don't want to be noticed. So, you know, that was my initial thoughts. But I could definitely agree with her waking up or something, or after being knocked out in Winterfell and coming to and having to get out of there quick. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be nuts if it was a situation like that, because it definitely seems like she's catching her breath. She's waiting, then she's like, all right, ready, 1, 2, go. You know what I mean? And then she takes off, like, you know, and then the thing's like right after. So I've heard people say that it's quite possibly maybe Arya is setting the whites up for a trap. She's using herself as bait at this particular time. What do you think about that, Don Will?
I mean, it could be true. I mean, listen, you know, she's obviously learned a lot of strategy over the years, you know, from her being with Tywin, from her being with the Mountain, being with being with the House of Black and White. So, I mean, there's definitely something to be said with regards to her just knowing how to set people up. I mean, look what she did with the Wave, you know. So it could be, but the question is, like, how did she get that big cut on her head, though? You know, that's the kind of the biggest thing.
Yeah, she definitely, it's a huge cut. You know what I mean? Definitely a huge blow landed on her head. And it's quite possible if you get hit that hard in your head, you could get knocked out cold at that particular time. But as for raising someone from the depths, I would think, because it's shorter than them, if it's going to be anyone that they're raising, I think it's going to have to be Rickon. Because I think when you look at the later on in the trailer, and you see Jon Snow down there with Daenerys, and he's looking at the statue. We see he's not at Lyanna's statue. He's not at Ned Stark's statue. The only statue I could see him going, because I know he did say to them to bury Rickon in the crypts. It could be Rickon. So maybe this is an undead Rickon that's been raised and is chasing her. I think that would be something quite possible that could scare her that much, because maybe she wouldn't want to kill her undead brother. You know what I mean? Kind of like when we seen Carsey get attacked by the children in Hardhome. She just wasn't able to bring herself to kill the children, and she just allowed them to kill her, and she just took it. It could be a situation like that, but instead of Arya allowing them to kill him, she's just taking off and running. What do you think about that, Towns?
Now, I do think, that do make sense for her to be running away from that in general. But when you were saying that, what kind of shown out to me is I'm thinking that, like, would somebody like that isn't a white have knocked her out while she was in the crypt? Would there be somebody there that would do so? Because I can only maybe, which I don't even think will happen, it would be Jaime Lannister. Like, what would have done that initial either knockout or that initial blow? Kind of like how Don was saying beforehand.
Yeah, it will depend exactly how the battle's playing out, because she seems like she's holding her own when she's twirling the staff above everything. But we also see in that clip when she's twirling the staff around, and you look close when she does a slicing motion, we could see blood come right off of her weapon. I've never seen any of these whites drip blood when they gotten stabbed at all. So if there is that much blood coming off of something, could this quite possibly be a human that she's fighting? Could Winterfell be getting attacked on both fronts? Could we see possibly Cersei sending the Golden Company up to Winterfell, and they're having to fight two battles, war on both sides, and that's why they're having so much difficulty? What anyone think about that situation?
As a matter of fact, I actually kind of pretty much agree with that. That's kind of going back to when me and Tony had our first live stream. I was thinking, I thought about it during that live stream. That Cersei, like, what made me think about that is the fact that Jamie had to say that he's for the side of the living. I mean, obviously, something had to tell whoever he was talking to otherwise. And I'd imagine who would be the perfect person for that with Cersei. And as we saw in the trailer, she was by herself. She's not with Jamie. She's not with nobody. She's by herself. So for the only person, and I'd imagine she tries something underhanded because it's the perfect time. Because you know what she wants as soon as this war is over. Well, the war, as soon as winter's over, she wants that throne. And why not take somebody out while we are still in winter? And so I agree with that.
Sorry. I mean, listen, Arya is probably one of the top 3 fighters still left on the show right now. So anything that they can do to kind of highlight that is obviously going to be good. I mean, Arya has been one of my favorite characters since the beginning. But I'm just wondering, what exactly do they plan on doing with her with regards to this whole battle? Obviously she still has the Valyrian steel dagger, and she has needle. So how is she going to be able to use that to her advantage to help with this whole thing? And what is it that she is doing? Because they didn't give us much, man.
No, it didn't.
They really did not give us much at all to go on. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of this trailer, bro. So I mean, yo, man, I don't even know what to say about it.
When we see her in the trailer running, Needle's gone. We see her, because we see first, we have her saying the line, I can't, she's mad cocky, you know what I mean? I can't wait to see death. I can't wait to see this faith of death. I can't wait to see him. John gives her the drag. I'm thinking John's giving her the dragon glass, because he's the one who also gave her Needle. And we know that, John hasn't seen her since she was a child. So John don't know her skill set. And we seen she was quick to show off for Sansa and Littlefinger with Brienne, you know what I mean? So she gonna want to have to show off for her big brother John. So she probably running her mouth like, yeah, I'll show you about death. I ain't scared of death. You don't know what I've been through, big bro. I've been through a lot, you know what I mean? And I think, but when we see her with that piece, but we don't see Needle, but she does have the dagger on her. You know what I mean? So if it was just a White Walker, you would think she has the means to take that White Walker down with those weapons. But she's out like she doesn't have the means to win this battle. Is it just too many whites? Like she's getting over? Right? I just don't think it could be like a massive amount of whites. If it's a massive amount of whites chasing out, to me that's whack, because I can't see her being that afraid of all them whites. Like there has to be more than just the regular whites.
That'd be.
No, you go.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I was gonna say that'd be kind of poetic if it's true that is Rickon, because like you said with her in the trailer saying like I've seen many faces of death. I would love to see this one. So if that's undead Rickon and you don't know how to take that, you don't know how to feel about that would explain why she's scared. Because I don't see Arya being afraid of anybody. I mean, she got some killers on her list. The Mountain, Melisandre, all these killers. So it's got to be something real, something that's hitting her heavy to have her look the way she looked. And
I agree.
She's also limping. She looked like she's about to cry a little bit. So it's deep. Whatever's going on, it's deep to her. Yeah,
I was just basically gonna say that I agree with you when you said it would be kind of whack if it was a horde of whites, because they're just like, for one, it's a crypt. Like you can't imagine a horde would be down there, and two, it's like, how do y'all get snuck up on by a horde of White Walkers? That don't make sense, especially since they shouldn't be there by now. But I mean, a crypt shouldn't have a big horde. So I was just saying, I agree that'd be kind of whack.
There's no doubt about it. I thought, so we think, let's just get, do we think Arya is going to live or die when this is all said and done? We'll go around the horn real quick and get a death prediction on Arya Stark for this season. Is she making it out or what?
Yeah, I think we're not getting any more dead Stark kids. I mean, I think she's going to make it out of here. I think we got the foreshadowing with the whole what's Westeros thing back in, was that season 5? Season 6.
Yep.
When she was talking to Lady Crane about wondering what's Westeros. So yeah, I think she makes it out. With this one, I know a lot of people were thinking that she winds up staying and being like Sansa's Queen's Guard or something like that. But nah, man, I think she needs to go out and explore the world. That's who she is.
No doubt, no doubt. What you thinking, Ant?
Yeah, I think she would survive too, for real, because honestly, out of all the Stark kids, she's the last one that can be a Stark kid. Bran is obviously like three-eyed Raven now. He's not normal. She's the last one that could be a Stark child. That's not, a king of the North or a queen. But she'd be the last one to be able to grow up. So yeah, just I know that it's not much, but just kind of based on that, I just think she'll survive. I want her to survive.
I hear you. All right, T, what you think?
Oh, man, that was a big I want, Townsy. I want her. But I personally agree with that. I want her to survive. She needs to survive. Maybe it's a personal bias. Yeah. But I feel like she got to survive. I don't know about every Stark making it out of the Battle of Winterfell. I feel like somebody has to die. A Stark has to die there. But I don't think Arya is going to be that one. Her story should line up kind of like with the Wandering Wolf or something, like, it's just kind of like she goes around, kind of like Nymeria.
Yeah, I can't see Arya start, especially the fact that the first clip that we see is her in this peril. I think it's just to throw you off, you know what I mean? Just to scare you. I don't see Arya Stark dying whatsoever. I think she has to make it out. I'm going to go with both of y'all. West to Westeros, she's definitely going to be that Nymeria to go sail around and figure out what is West to Westeros. And I'd love to see the adventures of Arya and a whole book on the POV of her. If George R. R. Martin never got around to finishing the Winds of Winter, Dream of Spring, and didn't have anything else he wanted to write, I would love to see a continuation of that storyline and what's going on with Arya and all the worlds that she discovers over there. I think that would be fantastic. I don't hold my breath for that, but I do think it would be fantastic if that did go down like that.
Right, and then not just that, Arya has already been through, I don't want to say the most in the show, but she's been through so much like garbage bullshit, like in the show itself. It's just like for her to die on top of that would be crazy to me. It's like Game of Thrones, I get it, y'all like to kill off main characters, but that'd be crazy to me. Yeah, go through all that turmoil just to die at the end.
Exactly. Just to take care of the Starks. I think the Starks have suffered. And all the houses that have suffered. I mean, how much shit can these people eat? I don't know if you can keep feeding them bowls of shit.
I think still driving.
Yeah, it's too much bowls of shit. The fans are gonna get mad. You can't feed fans that much shit. You gotta give them something eventually. You know what I mean? And I think this is too much. You killed off every Stark there is, the Red Wedding, everything else. I think the Starks at the end, they have to shine at the end of the stories. This wouldn't be any good. Speaking about Starks arriving, let's talk about the main Stark and Daenerys arriving at Winterfell. We see a shot from Winterstown of the big, what used to look like Robert Baratheon's arrival of Winterfell, but this is Jon Snow and Daenerys arriving at Winterfell. Van Willie, what do you think? You think that Sansa is gonna be down with Daenerys right off the bat when she gets up here? Or is she gonna be hating on this chick?
Of course, she's gonna be hating because, I mean, listen. We spent the last 2 seasons with her, talking crazy to Jon. And even though she's on Jon's side because he's family, at the end of the day, she wants to be queen. And for him to bring Daenerys up there, and especially when he makes the announcement like, "Hey, I have pledged the North to Daenerys, and I've given up being king of the North." Oh, come on! You already know. She has her 18 gallons of haterade sitting there for her to sip for a long time. So I'm not expecting. I mean, look, she has to play nice. Daenerys has a big army and 2 large dragons, so she can't be openly hostile to her, but she's gonna be. I think Sansa is gonna be kind of a lot like season 1 Cersei, to a certain extent.
Right.
Not as ruthless, obviously, but in terms of how Cersei would, be nice, but you could tell, like, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing this because I want to be nice. I'm only doing this because, common courtesy or whatever the hell, and I'm just waiting for you to get the fuck out of here so I can be in charge again.
Yeah, no, it seems like it. She's definitely when she says the Winterfell is yours, Your Grace, in that one clip we seen. She definitely didn't seem like she took a deep breath before she said it. She had to suck it up before she had to say that and stuff. So what do y'all think about Sansa meeting Daenerys?
Man, I think that she's definitely just like Cersei. We get that with Jon telling her, like, you seem like you admire her. Because she kind of act like her. She got that look. You feel it in that trailer with that one little clip of her saying, that Winterfell is hers. So you definitely get that Cersei feel. And so I feel like she's definitely not scared or anything like that. She sees it, she knows it, but she got like some type of plan or anything like that. Maybe it's not too serious, like she don't want to overthrow her, no shit like that, but she definitely got something up her sleeve. Like, it's just not gonna be easy when it comes to Sansa.
What do you think in towns about Sansa and Daenerys? You think she's gonna rock with this chick or what?
Not initially. I agree with Don. She's gonna have to play nice, obviously, so we can go ahead and get through this entire situation. But at first, because we saw how it was when John didn't even bring up bending the knee. He just brought up meeting her, and that was like, no. No, so that was all of them, her included. So I think it's not gonna be hostility, but there's gonna be some tension.
No doubt. So about the whole situation, we know Jon is piping down his aunt. Eventually, he's gonna have to figure this out. Now, do you think that that's gonna go down? That Jon's gonna actually find out that he's a Targaryen, and how when he does go down? How do you think he's going to react? I mean, is he going to tell everyone? Is everyone going to know? Is he going to try to keep that on the low? Why do you think that's going to go down?